It's a microcosm of Austin life. You have governors, you have military leaders, you have the regular people of Austin, the shopkeepers, the craftspeople, the artists. You have the African Americans, you have the Mexican Americans, you have the whites. You have everybody who is anybody who lived in Austin is buried here.
Located east of the state capitol, Oakwood Cemetery is not only the resting place of Austin's past generations, but a repository of the city's history.
This is much more than just a cemetery. It's a cultural landscape.
The oldest of the city's 5 municipal cemeteries, this 40 acres became a Texas historic landmark in 1972 and was added to the National Register of Historic Places in 2003.
This cemetery goes back to 1839 when Austin was founded. And if you look around and take a walk around Oakwood Cemetery, you find all the stories of Austin and Travis County.
The City of Austin Parks and Rec Department completed a historic cemeteries master plan for all 5 of our cemeteries. We really need to activate these historic spaces so that we can really connect to the Austin community, getting people out here to appreciate the beauty of the trees, the monuments. There's so much to learn here.
Save Austin Cemeteries, a local nonprofit group working with the city and Austin Parks and Recreation, is dedicated to preserving and promoting this historic landmark.
The preservation is very important because of the age of this cemetery. The stones are getting old. Some of them were not made with the best materials. Some of the old limestone graves are flaking and exfoliating their rocks.
This monument here, this person died in 1912, and you can see the whole monument is starting to lean this way. Because in 1912 we didn't use concrete vaults, so over time the coffin collapses, the ground moves, and the monument starts shifting into that hole.
Dale Flatt, the organization's founder, is only too aware of the challenges faced in halting the deterioration of the cemetery's 11,000 to 12,000 tombstones and monuments.
Here at Oakwood Cemetery, these were all sold as private lots. So all of the monuments out here belongs to the families.
One of the problems that we continuously run into is each gravesite is considered to be private property, not city property.
Due to the age of the site, we are almost 7 generations removed. So many times we'd have a monument like this from somebody who died in 1842. And while this one looks like it's in good shape, many of them are leaning and falling over. And the city cannot spend public money on fixing things like this. So our goal is to try to find the families, and if the families cannot afford to maintain it, then we look at conservation of the project and raising funds to try to fix these things.
We do have funds that we've raised from cemetery education projects and our walking tours that we do, and that goes into a preservation fund to help repair these stones.
So you're in Oakwood Cemetery, the city's oldest, the original cemetery for the city of Austin.
Save Austin Cemeteries sponsors this annual walking tour of the property to educate the public on the importance of this often neglected link to the city's past.
We keep it respectful, but we allow these people to come back and have one day where their story can be told.
So I wandered the West for a long time, mostly Kansas and Texas, operated gambling operations all across both states. I even had a
local reenactors bring the stories of a few to life.
I'd give every drop of whiskey I drank, every card I played, every gunfight I won for one more day with Catherine and my kids Benjamin and Kate.
Here we're learning about Texas history, and we're learning about the men, women, and in some cases the children.
There was no squeal of delight after that last thunderclap and that blinding lightning. No, there was silence. My little Betty and my Hardy were taken from me in one flash.
When you're just walking by a lot of these graves, you really don't know how they got there, what their story was, and this is the chance to let them live again.
You know, we pass this cemetery all the time, but to really know the stories that are in here, it makes it a lot more real. We can't maintain this cemetery if we don't bring more attention to it. I think this is a good fundraising event. There are some issues, obviously, that need to be addressed here, maintenance issues, if we want to preserve our history. So this is a great way of bringing attention to a good cause right here in the middle of the city.
The preservation starts with education. And the more we get people out here to see the importance of this site, it's not just a field with stones sticking up. It's a wonderful place of our history, of our heritage, and of numerous stories that need to be told. And the more we show it, the more we educate, the more people will respect and protect this plot of land.